Testing, testing. Okay. Why don't I hear that? What is this? Nope. God. Bear with me a second. Maybe because this is so low. I swear I just heard that a second ago. No, it's also gone here. Or just maybe because it was so low. Low frequency. Still not arriving at the stream. But I can hear it here. Okay, so it must be the setup. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I still hear it. It's not here. Why is Audacity so weird? Okay, this should be the default. Okay, that's coming through. But it's doubled. So now I hear it on stream, but I don't hear it for myself. So that's correct. Why can't I listen to it? Is it flanging? Hello, test. Okay, this is mono. Is it just my ears, or is it more on the right side? I'm approaching total confusion. Where's the button? Here. Balance. Or are these headphones dying? Could also be the case. Let me check. Test. Okay, that's normal. Okay, that's also super deep. Okay, so that's working fine. But I need the monitor. Okay. I have the monitor. This could get loud, so be prepared. Okay, I think that's fine actually. So what's left to test is if you all can hear the game audio. Yes. Okay. So as you can see, I'm working on audio. I have some pretty bad movement sounds. And pretty bad soundscapes. Where am I? Okay, I'm here. I was doing something here, but shortly before I started stream, but I forgot already. So let's just look at the sound.c file. So the way it works right now is that there's one giant sound file. That's what let me hide this. That's what I showed you here in Audacity. This is the one large file. And I have a couple of sound effects from a library up front. And then ambient sounds or soundscapes, which is pretty much just noise at the end. And how I intend to use this is that the game loads this giant file, which is, I guess, 9 minutes long. That sounds, is that correct? Sounds wrong. Anyways, the game loads this sound file, and I have all the sound effects defined as sample offsets into this file. And so basically what I do is if I want a sound effect, for example, I have quite a few that I have to do in the next 2 days. For example, if I want a sound effect for chopping down a bush, I would just sit here and listen to it, to these sound effects. And if I like one, maybe let's actually, not sure if I can find one this fast. This is all water stuff. Maybe further down. Okay, that's wood. That's a tree. Need something more leafy. So these are shovel sounds, but I might be able to repurpose them. Nothing for a push here. Okay, that's stone, obviously. It's all water. All creatures. That's actually not that far away. Almost. Well, now that I now that I think about it, well, never mind. Maybe let's go back to these sounds. It's not easy. Like these sounds. But I have to combine them. Maybe it really is easiest to just go through the whole file. For each sound. I mean, I have Word. No, I don't. I mean, I could easily change all the bushes in the world to tree stumps. Hey, how's it going, Andre? I think it was Andre, wasn't it? Long time no see. Long time no see. Nice to see you. How you doing? Game must have changed a lot. It did. It did. I'll show you in a second. So, if I want to take this audio file, where's my pen, then I'll note the sample position. First I'll mark what I want to take. And down here are these sample positions. And that is 9795 145 298 51 254. And then I move this into here. So create a new sound effect. Something like that. And then I'll add these numbers here. Can I copy them here? Of course not. That doesn't... Is that right? Oh yeah, that's right. 9851 254. And with that, I can go into maybe here. Hit sound. Maybe like this. Place hit sound for object. Maybe I should put this into data. Do you use literally pitch black 0 as the background and pure white for the foreground? Or is it some grayish color? No, it's... I think it's actually just... what am I doing? Don't want to check that in. To cat it. Yes. Oh, no, actually... Foreground is gray. Background is black. Yeah. Wait, is that true? Because it doesn't look like gray to me. Something like that. I think it's white, but I would want it to be a bit darker. But the background is black here. And I tried setting the font to a bit darker, darker white, to a gray color. But I think the next color down that I wanted was too dark, so I'd be adjusting that all the time instead of my monitor brightness. So if it's a bush, play hit bush 1. Maybe that works. Okay. That works. Okay. Well, I especially don't like that once movement sound. That you step on these stones. I don't have a way to find out which one it is. Maybe I should add that. So yeah, but this is what the game looks like right now. And I have added the, what have I added? I uploaded the game, so you can download it on the website. But that's a pre-alpha preview version, so it's not a real game yet. The fade out is nice. Is it darker in dungeons? You mean the... Do you mean the vignette or the fade in, fade out transition? But yeah, it is darker in the dungeons. The borders being darker, kind of an FOV thing. Yeah, that's a vignette in the shader. The shader just makes it darker towards the edges of the screen. Okay, I mean... Where do I make this 0.? Where do I set the volume? Maybe here. I do need a variable pitch playback for the sounds because they are now just repeating. Or worst case, I have to find multiple sound files for a single effect. But yeah. But yeah, that's how I add the sound effects. My plan is to go through all of them, through the most important ones, which is about 30 or 40, and then go over them again until they don't suck as much. And that would be it for the first iteration of these sounds. And then next would be, not quite sure, maybe more gameplay features. But that's in a couple of days. So yeah, let's see if we can find something for hitting a vase. Okay, that's clearly a chest. Downloaded the game. It opens instantly and runs nicely on my very minimalistic Gen 2 install. Nice. Sounds great. That makes me happy. No sound, actually. Yeah, that's right. I'm working on the sound right now. No, there's no sound in the game right now. That's what I'm working on. Will be in 2 days. To some extent, at least. Okay, let's just take this. Might want these shorter. Too short. That's good. For hitting a box. So actually I can just write this here directly. Hit chest, I think. Nope. Is it box? Yeah, it's box. Struct. Oops. Box. Box. And that is, well, maybe I switch this back to, come on, to dark mode, even if the dark mode sucks. Interface. Oh, here. Yeah, that's slightly better. Okay, it's 9.7 4435 and 9989 698. Case box. Okay, it loaded a save file. Where's a box? There's a box. Well, that didn't. Oh, I'm opening it. I'm not hitting it. Bad. There's a way to equip items yet, I think. If you... Oops. So if you... So there's a bowl right here. If I pick it up with X, I'm not sure where what you're playing with. On the keyboard, it's F. Controls are in the README file. If you've not seen that already. So when I go here in the inventory and I press F, then it's equipping the bow. But because I have no arrows, there's of course no shooting the bow. But yeah, for example, the dagger, I can equip the dagger. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should add the... Come on, what's happening? Check out README. Pick up, yeah, equip. F and A. And that's a bit bad, but check in. It runs nice. I just found a small glitch. When leaving a building, the arrow keys seem to stop working. All other input works. Yeah, I've been having that too today. How I get around it right now is using the controller. So if it's just on the keyboard for some reason. If I press a direction on the controller, I get unstuck. But yeah, that's really annoying. I'll have to fix that ASAP. Actually, I should maybe fix it today. Restarting the game works fine. Okay. So it has to do with the, I think at least, with the porch movement that's here. No worries. It's very nice for pre-alpha version. Yeah, thanks. 3 pre's before the alpha is adequate, I think. So this is the function that, or maybe it's the teleport function. Is it? Oh, I'm locking the buttons. That might be the reason. Problem is it's pretty hard to where's the exit? Pretty hard to, well, actually it's immediately now. I get stuck. Okay, let me remove this. I have no idea why that's there, what it's doing. Oh, okay. I'm taking 2 steps now. I'm pressing once, I'm standing here, pressing once to the right, and I'm standing here, so that's weird. But I'm not stuck anymore. Let's see, restart. Restart. Okay, yeah, I'm jumping now, but I'm not stuck. So why is it moving me 2 tiles? Yeah, it's the teleport. Porch move. D walk. Okay, this comes from far up. This vector 2 offset value. So I add it to the position. And then nothing, actually. Move into... Okay, this is in a loop, but this is the important function. And the loop gets broken every time. So maybe it's in the Let's leave this here. Let's look in the teleport function. Fade in is 0. If move entity hero so this P is wrong. Or what's going on? Yeah, let's just print out the put message. Print out the offset. And let's move this back in. -1, 1. What? Okay. -1. But I'm thrown out one further. Question, which mic do you have? I have a very cheap condenser mic with a USB cable. It's called, what's it called? Marantz. That's Marantz, MARANTZ professional. It costs $30 on discount, and it's pretty bad, but it's okay. It's good enough. And I think it's from Poland, so might not be available everywhere. What is it doing? It should be 1, but why is it moving me 2? I will test the Windows build 2 when I get home. Oh, nice. Thanks. That's very kind. I tested it on my Windows installation yesterday night, and it worked fine, except that you have to tell Windows that it's not a virus, of course, because it freaks out. Okay, let's move this up. And let's see if it's... Well, of course it's wrong here, isn't it? I have an old HD with Windows 10 long-term support. Oh, nice. I just tested it on Windows 11. So if you have Windows 10 lying around, then that's awesome. New Windows has React menu very slow and sad. Yeah. I mean, Windows itself is fine, I think. Except, okay, the app runs much slower on Windows, and I don't know why. But what's really what's really sad is the Windows terminal, which is so slow, it's basically unusable. The input lag is huge. So this does not touch the thing, so the porch move gets called with the wrong offset. Great. That's just the same. So is it called twice? Oh, is it called twice? I think it is. I think that's the bug. If I... Wait. If I move... I'm standing on the porch, I'm moving up, and I land first on this one here, and maybe that gets triggered again. And I go over here. Where's this porch triggered? Only in the walk function. And I've programmed myself in a corner again. Walk. Okay, these are all non-player calls. Okay. If the hero is walking and they are stunned, then return. Try to move normally. If that doesn't work, check what you're standing on. If you're standing on a porch, to do the porch move. And the porch move is only allowed for the hero. And it's done by checking all other layers, but not this one, for a path. And if there is a path, and there is a porch, then what the hell is this? Oh, if the porch is locked, then return. Otherwise, teleport to the position. So what this does is it moves the entity to the position. And that's it. Move entity. Remove from old position. Oh. What is it? Teleports? What's it talking about? No, that's just... That's just normal stuff. Maybe in the put entity function. But there's also no triggers. What's going on? Do I have the stomp? Stepping on something? Still doesn't... Still doesn't explain. Okay, that's a weird bug. So what I'm locking here because I'm locking the buttons so that the auto walk doesn't kick in before the screen is faded in again. Somehow this... Is that the problem? When I lock all the buttons... Oh wait, the first problem is... Oh god. If I lock all the buttons to prevent the repeating, don't know where I'm going with this. So if I don't lock the button, it jumps 2 tiles instead of just one, which might be the key repeat problem I was trying to solve with the locking. But if I lock all the buttons, they don't unlock anymore or something. Does that make sense? Because it's the D-pad, it's kind of weird how the D-pad works. Does that make sense? It could just be D-pad. Where do I set the D-pad? Oh god. Okay, it is. Well, I used this. If I lock the button, I set its state to locked. And then I test the flag. Why do I... Okay. It turns the button state to on. Oh yeah, it does. So it does not turn the button on if it's locked. So the question is off button called for the D-pad? Yeah, it is. Actually, let's me. Oh god, sometimes I think I have ADHD. Let me turn on the ambient sound. That's better. And then I'll test some porches. I mean, with noise in the background, it doesn't sound that bad. Okay, where are the porches? Should be one here somewhere. Okay, this one didn't double. Did I uncomment this? No, it's still... I can move. Oh, now I couldn't move. Oh, that's the spider. That's not a bug. The spider killed me. But sometimes you get stuck. But if you press the button often enough, it lets you go. So I'm stuck and I'm pressing right, and now it lets me go. This took 5 presses. Don't get it. This took 7 presses. Let's see. Oh, the controller, same problem. I'm holding down, still holding down. Still holding. Okay, it doesn't go at all. But then lifting and pressing it's released. So I think locking the button is not a good idea. Locking the D-pad. But without it, I get, but only upwards in the layers, not downwards. Here I land on the porch, but here I land one further. So yeah, that's what I need to fix. Away with this. And here. So it just teleports the player. That's just light map, camera, etc. So all this does is call this. Move the hero to the position. And the position is just this. Yeah. So this has to be called twice. Oh no. Let's fade out. See what happens. Okay, that's correct. And that's also correct. I mean, could leave it like this, but that's not a real fix. TEL. Okay. So the fade out does this as well. PX, PY. That's the same thing. Move the hero to position. But it does so outside of play. It takes control away. It locks the controller. It locks the input. Maybe that's the problem. Wait a second. It makes no sense. So when I'm not teleporting, the screen is black because the light map is set to 0. If I don't do that, what happens? Well, that's instant. I mean, there's a visual glitch there, that's fine. But if I step out where the bug is, there's absolutely nothing. Don't get it. No, let's leave this. So this is, let's see where this is called. In walk, and that is in game here. And I mean, that ends the player turn. So the player should not be able to... This should not be able to be called twice. The release doesn't have the editor, I suppose. How's this done usually? With a flag when compiling? Yeah, I compiled out the editor. One, because it's not much use to have the editor when all the assets are compiled into the game. And yeah, it's just not in a state that to be used by someone else than me, because there are bugs, etc. And yeah, I've been thinking about how to remove the editor and also remove the debug mode, and it's actually really simple. All I did was I have in my make file the type debug or release type variable, and that has a if-else case here. So when it's in release mode, it adds these two source files, no editor and no debug mode, which are copies of the original files, which is the editor.c and the debug mode.c, but it has no functionality. It has only the exposed functions in it with nothing in them. So it's basically when the game calls into the editor, it just returns 0. And I mean, it returns 0 or 1. So that the game doesn't crash, but it doesn't do anything. And then I set the not debug flag, no debug, and I have, I think, 2 places in the game where I check for, I think it's, what was there were 2 functions that I had to compile out with this not debug flag for the editor and debug mode. But that was, I think it was just opening the editor. Was where I pound define the thing out, and that's it. So check out no add. So yeah, that's the no add file. It has the init editor, update editor, and render editor functions in it, but they do nothing. And that's basically it. You just it's just a flag in the make file in the end, which source file gets compiled in. The real one or the fake one. And the flags, I think they were in, yeah, here. Yeah, exactly. So this function here switches between the modes of the application, and if no debug is defined, which is basically release, if release is defined, then return false, basically, or the original mode. So if the game tries to switch to the edit mode, it just returns the mode it's already running at. And the same in the debug mode. And that's it. So it's pretty easy. Took maybe an hour or so. So yeah. If I have the porch move, why is this so hard? Action returns 1, so that does an action. Yeah, I mean, I think the solution is probably to lock the input, put the game into a state that waits for what? Well, that doesn't make sense. I should not have to should not have to lock the game down. For this not to jump. This is such a stupid bug. Unbelievable. Walk, walk, walk. Okay, so when this returns, I will have the hero will have moved to a new location. Is that maybe a problem? I don't think so. That's just the usual. What did I do? What if I don't teleport, but just move directly? Move the hero. Oh, wait a sec. No. Yeah, hero check is over here. Move the hero to PN to the next position at the layer. Then actually, yeah, it should return 0. Okay, so I've lost the Z level corrections. That's why the camera is scrolling up and down, but the bug is still there. So the bug must be in the move function. Probably. Remove from old position. Huh. And long distance, that's not what happens. Do I update? Oh god, maybe that's it. Oh, don't update the player position here. I'll put on some music. Hope it's not too loud. OBS. I just realized the VOD won't have any other audio than my voice. So that's tragic. Might as well turn it on for next time. This is such a weird bug. I think I have to start printf debugging pretty soon. Because this just doesn't make sense. If entity is null, that's not the cause. Does this maybe return 0 even though it moved? No. Oh, it does. The question is that the problem? But I'm not teleporting. And this always returns 1. Except here. Type's not hero. Yeah. Okay. Base type. Oh, come on. That's the type. Oh, is it an entity map problem? Oh god. Where am I? Pause move. Do I move the entity map here? No. Okay. Ouch. I hope it's a really stupid error and not something more complicated. Oh. Oh, it does take turns. So in the bottom left, I'm at turn 80. If I move one down, I'm at 82. But it's just moving out or moving up in layers. So this is eating turns. What? So moving out of layer 1 takes up 2 turns. Moving into layer 1. Just take 1 turn. That means, what does it mean? I mean, it's something that would happen here. The discrepancy between turns would happen in a place like this where I'm iterating through layers. But this would have to be called twice. And it clearly breaks the loop when it's called once. So it's not here. Okay. I have to give me something to print this. So I have render messages. Let's set this to 4. And I think it renders upwards. Minus plus. So let's say let's just print the position. So it's really just called once. Okay, it's printing one above. It's printing when it's here. And then it steps once again outside of this loop. So where does it step again? I can take this out and let's put it in here. Only print for the hero, and that's hero P plus D. Actually, I only want to print this if it succeeded, but I mean that's here. That's really just here. So this is where the player moved to, the hero. Drei, vier. 3, 4. What? Okay, that's... doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, that's stupid. It's already set. Okay, now we have it printing twice. So this is called a second time. But why? But why? This returns 1. Which returns here. Oh, I think, is that the problem? This could be the problem. Because this is the code for the controller. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's the code. Well, it's kind of combined for controller and keyboard. But the... how could this trigger twice? Yeah, still the same. But I think action is called twice. Two 71, 72, 73. So does 2 turns. But why? And it's only in one direction. Makes no sense. Let's see if it's actually a turn. Let's see. Grab action. Yeah, that's all just here. The game.c file. And that's just here where the controller input is. So this all would make sense if a button gets stuck. This should be just on. If the cross button is just on, or it's repeating and the direction is on. Okay, that's controller movement. If the D-pad is just on or repeating. Okay, that's also correct. If the square button is held and the D-pad is just pressed. That's correct. Okay, that's different, but I don't think this matters. Okay, it's spamming turn. Why is it? Okay, of course there has to be a button. Button triggered. So I just have this. So this works if action type. Let's see. Walk. Let's see what the types are. 1, that's walk. 1, that's walk. 1, 1, 1, walk. So it's caused by this or by this. Which means it's caused by this button or this. I mean, this is the cross button on the PlayStation. This is the left stick direction button. And actually, they have to be... I can actually print this here. Yeah. D-pad, D-pad. D-pad, D-pad, D-pad. So if I move with the stick, let's wait till this disappears. I get double stick. Okay, that means these do not reset. Both of them. Do not reset. So this is not a stupid mistake, this is a fundamental problem. Oh, wait. 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 How? So the input gets reset once per frame. Which means if this turn hero is called twice in one frame, the inputs will not have reset. And that should well, that was too easy. It's if... Wait. Oh god. So this gets, of course, called all the time until a button is registered. After which a turn is taken. If the action returns 1. So if the action walk returns 0, it might get called again. So let's see if that's the case. It can return 0 if walk. Yeah, I mean, if this gets called and changes the hero position, it must return 1. So that's an assert hero position I have to save. If the hero position changed, this way. So I save the hero position. And after the call to walk, it either returns. If it does not return 1, then the hero position must be unchanged. So these two must be equal. And it didn't abort. This gets crazier and crazier. Is that assertion correct? If this walk changes the hero position and returns 0, then it might get called again immediately. But I mean the next frame. And after that, the input should have reset. Let me porch move. Let me explicitly set the which button? The all D-pad buttons to 0, which is what I had originally, which led to the locking bug. Input buttons D-pad north state 0. Oh, what is it? Is there released off? Doesn't work. Bim, 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 bim. Hey, 6 for 12. How's it going? Nice to see you. I'm bug hunting right now. It's not going well. But I still have time. Is it maybe the main stick? There it is. Button. I think this is the problem. Doing all right, bit Plinedic. Tired. How's the bug hunting going? I actually wanted to add some sounds, but there's a bug that when it's super weird. So I'm inside and I'm standing on this porch tile, this gray circle. If I walk out, it puts me one behind the other porch tile. So it should actually put me here, but it puts me one over. But the weirdest, what's really stumping me is if I move in again, it does it correctly. So it's super weird. And I've been testing it. It's not that it misses. It's taking 2 turns. It's taking 1 extra turn to move the player further. So it's super weird. I have no idea why. But yeah, otherwise I'm working on sound finally. And I don't know if you've seen it, but I released a preview on the website. So you can download the game and play it with a bug inclusive. Is it the same if the door is on the left or the right? Meaning, will it shift to a tile to the right and to the right of building, whatever? Yeah, I tested it. It's the same for either direction, horizontal or vertical, and it's always it's always moving 2 tiles on the layer that's above the other. So always exiting the interiors. It's never stepping into the interiors. And I think it has something to do with the input not being, the button not being released in time or something. It's pretty weird because I have this lock button here. I can just set this to locked. If I lock the D-pad, at least this fixed the bug. Yeah, so the bug is gone, but now I'm stuck on the port tile. Unless I move the controller D-pad. So yeah, it's crazy. And I'm also stuck inside now. Where? And locking a button just means that it's off until it's released. Oh, you're testing with the Xbox controller. I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller right now just because I like it more. But I have an Xbox One controller as well. And it works on either of them. I haven't tested with the Switch controller. I should do that in the near future. And I have one of those as well, but not here. And as are using a lib to handle the gamepad input or just raw? It's just raw. Oh, that's not right. I get the data just as SDL or GLFW would without using them. That means basically raw, but I use the SDL controller database file, that large text file, this one. Which allows me to map the controller to my internal input scheme. So I have no SDL code or GLFW code. I only do it as they would, if that makes sense. So the parsing and the mapping is all my code, because the SDL code was just too complicated. So I simplified it a lot, but it works. So I can even demonstrate. So I have this PlayStation running. I can unplug it. Doesn't work anymore. Then I take it has of course another controller and another port. It's mini USB, so micro USB, so doesn't work. I only have USB-C cable, but yeah, but it works if I plug it back in. Then it recognizes it, which is pretty cool, which I had didn't have for the longest time on when I was on OpenBSD. So I can start the game and plug the controller in later, which is pretty nice. So yeah, but this bug is really killing me. I mean, it's not getting stuck with the controller right now, at least. So is this okay? The sound is still on, but it's super low. Okay. OBS. Let's move this up again. Okay. Maybe a bit loud. Actually, let me see if this... Oh, okay, it's... I can move this up. Okay. Testing. Okay. So yeah, I was just wondering if the sound was on. Was working, I mean. Or if I screwed it up somehow, but it was just low. So I mean, it's not sticking as it used to. Did I change something? No, didn't change anything. But now it's not sticky anymore. Incredible. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be adding the rest of the sound effects. How do I get into the... Oh, okay. Yeah. No food. Rest of these sound effects and ambiences, which will be just as crappy as they are right now, but I'll make them better once I have a complete picture of all these sound effects. Footsteps along the ceiling. Still no food. There's food. Let's search another porch. Oh, great. just as I say that. Where's something to walk into? Here. I don't get it. Why am I not... Okay, this is a controller, okay. Still not stuck. And the bug is gone. That's a bit scary. Don't get it. Don't get it. This is exactly what I had before I started this whole bug hunt. Let me see. It was over here. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it shouldn't be different. Shouldn't make a difference. But yet... Yeah, these are the worst footstep sounds ever. I mean, it's kind of fixed. Auto ambience is nice. Thanks. It's from the Lyra 8 synthesizer. And just slowly moving the filter. So it's basically just noise. And I want to add random sounds for the ambience. That, for example, a bird here or there, and wood creaking for maybe the for what would be large wood trunks moving in the wind. And yeah, so little things, and add more over time. So yeah, but my biggest problem is still making it an actual game. And yeah, but I'm working on that. Sound is first, because with sound I can make some shorts for YouTube and maybe get a bit more traction. But without sound, that's just not possible. So that's the plan. So I have I've given myself tomorrow for the rest of the sounds. just to have them all, and then not many, maybe 30 or 40. And after that, I'll see what I'll do next. Cozy Vibes reminds me of wind in mountains or distant ocean. I live between two mountains with an ocean in front. So it's pretty much what I hear most nights. Oh, that's nice. That sounds really idyllic. Two mountains and an ocean. Sounds really nice. Yeah, I live in... I mean, it's pretty much forests around here. And rolling hills. So, yeah, I really need to go and see the ocean again. It's been quite a few years, for me at least. And mountains also pretty nice. Here in South Wales, it's mostly mountains, I think. Yeah. South Wales also, from the little that I've seen, it also looks really nice. And yeah, the British coast is also... I like the British coast as well as the northern France coastline in Normandy. It's also pretty nice. So yeah, but I'm in southern Germany, so I'm not that far from the Alps. Yeah, West Wales coast is nice. Yeah. So do I leave this bug? I mean, it's kind of gone. Bano... oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna slaughter that. Bano Brecheniok is like 20 minutes up the road, and it's one of the nicest mountain ranges around. Nothing like the Alps, though. I only kind of know the nature of Ireland because I've been there a couple of times. So Wales, I'm not that familiar. Fjordva, which is up North Wales, is nice too. Apparently, where King Arthur is buried. Oh, okay. Actually pronounced the name right. Thanks. That was just by chance. I think it's because in Welsh is similar to German. Yeah, that might actually be. Yeah. Oh, you mean h sound? Yeah. Let me rebuild this and see if the bug's still there. Yeah, but Welsh is slightly more guttural. Slightly more guttural. I'm assuming guttural does not mean from the gut. So it's more in the throat. Oh, okay. Most people describe it like a cat trying to cough up a fur ball. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I think they're all Germanic languages. I mean, German, Welsh, Icelandic. I think they're pretty close when it comes to their origins. If I'm not completely mistaken. At least they sound kind of the same for me. To me. Welsh is Celtic. English is closer to German than Welsh. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Cornish and Breton, North France are nearly 1-to-1. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's something I know nothing about. Should read up on that. I'm always just thinking of Germanic and Latin. That's basically my knowledge. Not my knowledge, my universe when it comes to languages. European languages. Did I check the bug? Great. Great. I mean, the bug is gone. What's happening? Let me build for release. Yeah, I spend too much time googling random shit when I get bored. Nothing like a good old Wikipedia rabbit hole late at night when you only wanted to Google one thing. Yeah, that's. Or I go to not to support your habit of not sleeping, but Chrome, please. Yeah, I often go to news.ycombinator.com, which maybe you know about, but then you can from site wikipedia.org. Then you can filter out everything but fun Wikipedia links. Yeah, I can use this my go-to pretty much every morning. Yeah, mine too, but nowadays I just use it for Wikipedia. And these are pretty cool. And there are maybe 5 to 10 each day that get added. So that's 50 starting points for rabbit holes. That's what I do at night to sleep, or before going to sleep. Okay, let's check this in. What did I do exactly? Okay, it did sound stuff. And hit sounds. That's it. Status. I'm gonna be playing NHL 16 till like 3 a.m. once my Canadian buddy gets online. So don't need Wikipedia for that. Ist hier ein Alias for check-in? No, it's yeah, it's RCS. So if I do man CI, it's just RCS. Actually has its own man page. Okay. So let's make a release build and see if the bug's still there. Conjuring all brain cells I have left. Like this. Okay. Don't get it. No, the bug is completely gone. Well, let's call that one fixed until it appears again. Okay. I forgot using RCS. I gave CVS a go, and it's a lot easier to set up than Git. SVN was slightly more painful, but CVS is fast enough. Not so great with binary assets sadly, yeah. So being have to just do CVS check out my project is nice. Don't have to do git checkouts. Stuff. Not git checkout. I mean git clone. Okay. Hey, my headset are not working. So can you type in chat? Okay. Yeah, I've never tried CVS. Actually, I'm just using RCS because Git became too complicated for me. Okay, but I'm ending anyways. So thanks for checking in. 412 and yeah, check out the website if you want to download the game and test it in its current state. There's no sound on the version online, so don't be puzzled by that. I'll test the game on my partner's PC, as I don't have an x86 machine unless you count an Xbox Series X. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that would be really nice. That would be appreciated. But yeah. Thanks very much. Okay. So I'll be back tomorrow. Pretty sure. In the afternoon or as today in the evening. All right, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna head off to might be missing tomorrow's stream as I'm out at a hockey game. Take care, bud. All right, have fun at the hockey game. Thanks for checking in again. And I'll see you the next time.